Mothers that are referred into the group come and see me because I'm a lactation consultant. I'm a specialist in breastfeeding, and mothers often have problems with their breastfeeding. I see mothers coming to me and they have a 6-day-old baby and they're in tears and they're really upset because this baby is not feeding, not latching, and they were told in the antenatal class that breastfeeding is natural. But breastfeeding is natural. It's natural for the mother to produce milk. It's natural for the baby to actually want to feed. But there's just that little skill of getting the two together, and that's where we come in.
I actually look forward to every Monday just to have somewhere to come meet other mums. I'm not from the area myself, so it's been a great way. I've made some firm friends. Being on maternity leave, you can be a little bit isolated sometimes, so it has been a great support. And also I really came as well because I was having some issues and some difficulties. Anne has the time to talk to you and look and see exactly what's going on. She figured out what the problem was and she'd check in with me every week how things were going, and it just, I may have given up. I don't know, it's hard to say, but I possibly would have had I not been coming. And the other thing about coming to a group like this is you hear about services that are out there. Other mums have great ideas about, things they've tried, things that have worked, products they've used, and you just feel like you're linked into the system as well. And so I just feel like I'm just really being minded that way.
My public health nurse suggested that I come down to talk to the other mums who were breastfeeding, because we were having a few problems breastfeeding in the beginning. When I came last week, there was lots and lots of babies in the room, and it was all very mad. And so she rang me the next day to follow up to make sure that all of my questions had been answered, because it was my first day.
Are you comfortable now?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Cup the breast, yeah. Cup. Looks good on the arm.
That's actually better. And also it's great if somebody can instantly tell you this is what the problem is. If you're given her a problem, this is what the solution is.
What age is she now?
She's 7 weeks as well.
So she did the 6-week growth spurt for you, and you had your 6-week checkup.
Yes, we did indeed.
Mothers bond with one another because they all have one thing in common. They breastfeed their babies, and often we see friendships growing out of the group, and these mothers get confidence from the group to go out together as mothers and bring their babies with them and breastfeed in public.
I've had him here, and my other child's born here as well, and I came to the breastfeeding group with him as well, so that was really great. And second time around I find it much easier to breastfeed, but first time around I had really loads of difficulties, so it was really great to have support here. When you get your first baby, everything is so new, so it seems like there's nothing you can actually compare it to, and it's really frightening when somebody else comes and says, oh, I never heard of that before. So it's really nice to have somebody who always seems to know what the reason is, or that things like that are normal. Whether it's relating to being breastfeeding or something else. But breastfeeding, I think, it can be quite a struggle, and since here definitely loads of people are bottle feeding, so you often get the comments like, so why don't you bottle feed instead if it's so difficult? So I think it's very easy to swap to the bottle when you get difficulties. So I think you kind of need an extra support to go on with it.
But when we're lifting, do be careful, mind your backs, and that's why we say when we're breastfeeding, make sure you've good support on the back and your arm here. Mind your shoulders as well. Through our breastfeeding group, these mothers form friendship, and we also find that because they have the support from other mothers who are breastfeeding, that they'll breastfeed their babies longer, much longer than they ever intended.
I didn't have a great success story with the first. Second was great and fed about 6 months, and this fella is 7 months, so I intend to go a little bit longer. Just on this fella, I just don't want to stop because it's so nice.
And how are you getting on with the breastfeeding and the
support is a great thing. Like when you've had a really bad night feeding, that the girl next to you has had a bad feeling, but like her child is a little bit older, and they're through it already. It's the company and the support, really. It's a great thing, and which I didn't have. I don't know whether it would have made me breastfed my first for longer or my second, but it has definitely made a difference breastfeeding this guy for this length, And he thinks so too, I think.